how to bank from scratch. It might sound crazy, and I think the first time I've heard about all of you, I thought you were basically like fools. But you've done it. Now you've raised in total hundreds of millions together. You have hundreds of thousands or even more than 1 million customers. You're getting there. Congrats, I guess. But the good thing is that you're doing it in very, very different ways. So we're going to talk about that. But for those in the audience, maybe you can do like a 30-second pitch about what each of your company is doing so that we can hear the difference. Maybe let's start with you, Tom.
Sure. So I'm the founder of Monzo. We are a mobile-first, smartphone-based current account in London.
All right.
I'm the founder of N26, and we have built a bank people have to use. So we started with the current account product, and we've now extended to all the products from saving to investment to credit products. And we are live in 17 countries, so we're building a pan-European bank.
All right. What about you, Nikolay?
And I'm Nikolay, so I'm founder of Revolut. So Revolut is a global bank alternative. So we give you an account plus a card and allow you to exchange, send, spend money at interbank rates.
Nikolay, you just announced that you reached 1 million customers. That seems quite quick. How did you get so many users so quickly?
Well, we provide real value. So that's the answer, right? On top of nice interface, we give great value to customers. No one in the world will give you interbank rates to send and spend money. So that's why people know about us. They talk about us with their friends, families. And we grow organically without any marketing.
Do you think the two others don't provide any value then?
Well, I don't think that with other guys you can send money for free internationally.
What do you guys think? Do you provide any value?
No, half as much value, if by the numbers.
So I think in general, I think it's a question of what you're building. So we've always been trying to build like a full bank experience where we give our customers a real alternative to any bank out there. And I think in the end, it's not about which of our products is better, but it's about winning customers from traditional banks where they pay high fees and they have a bad user experience.
Yeah, but let me stop you for a second. You're building a startup, so your goal is to drive growth and get as many users and get as big as possible, as quickly as possible. Do you regret getting a banking license so quickly because you had to stop signups, you had to put up a waiting list, you had to put some projects on hold so that you could switch over from the previous infrastructure to your own infrastructure?
So I think, personally, I think I'm very happy with the company development that we have. I think you have to grow a company step by step, and the product has to keep up with the pace that you're growing. And I think one essential point or thing of this, if you're founding a bank, is getting your own banking license. But the second thing is getting your own infrastructure live. And we got our own banking license mid of last year. We migrated all of our customers early this year. And now we have a stable system, and we can actually accelerate from there. And then in the end, I think it's not just about the top line customer number. We today, I think, are growing quite fast. But the question is, how many customers do you have, and how is also the cohort developments of all these customers? So the stability, and in the end, you don't just want to acquire customers that are unhappy with using the product. You want to have customers stay with you 10 to 15 years, maybe longer, and be very happy with the product. And that's kind of the KPIs that we look for. And I can just talk for our company, but we're very happy with the development. And we see most of the people coming from traditional banks, and I think that's what we focused on.
Yeah,
so,
totally
Tom, you got a banking license as well. It's taking you a while to switch over to your own infrastructure. I think you started launching current account to everyone last month.
That's right.
Why did it take you so long?
So it's important that we get it right, clearly. I mean, we went through a very similar journey to N26 and Valentin, where we started with a prepaid card. It was much, much more popular than we anticipated. We got our banking license early this year. And we spent 3 or 4 months just making sure it worked really, really well. So ironing out all of the sort of wrinkles. It's now working great, actually. And I totally agree about, it's not just about the headline user numbers. It's about It's about engagement, retention, usage. It's about how, are these users telling their friends about it? Are they putting their salaries in? So sort of ensuring it works top to bottom before slamming across 500,000 customers.
Especially because you shared some numbers about how much it costs you to, for instance, let everyone withdraw money around ATMs around the world. And you shared, I think it was £18 per user per year.
That's right, and that actually tripled from our early user base. So initially it was about £6 a user per year. I guess our early customers didn't travel that much. And it got really popular with, I guess, richer folk who traveled to exotic countries and just took out thousands of pounds in cash for reasons that, frankly, escape me. So we had to introduce caps there, yeah.
So the more users you have, the more money you have to spend, basically.
Different kinds of users.
Yeah.
So it was a real mix effect going on. It wasn't just growth. It was people, going to Barbados and taking out £1,000 as soon as they landed.
All right. Now let's talk about Revolut. Feels like all you want is users, and you're launching so many different features. I can keep track now. You have like travel insurance, Momo insurance. Of course, like exchange, you can exchange currencies. There's a premium card. What else do you have? I see you're launching offers soon as well. And I think you're even launching cryptocurrencies, right?
Yeah, we're launching it actually this Thursday. So
This
you can
Thursday.
buy, sell Bitcoins, yes.
Bitcoins,
Litecoin, Ethereum as well.
Ethers, Litecoin, and Bitcoin. So how is it going to work? Like any other currency?
Yeah, exactly the same. So you can buy, sell.
So
Best possible rate.
don't you think it's a big, are you branching out from your initial mission statement, which is like building a financial product, and now like you're into crypto?
Crypto is a financial product as well.
That's what you think?
Yeah.
All right. Backstage, you guys didn't really talk much, to be honest. You can feel something in the air. Like, do you actually like each other?
I think we have a great relationship.
Yeah, I think in general, I think it's really about winning customers from traditional banks. So I think everybody of us, is building a great product where we put the customers first, and I think that is what matters. And I think I can just say I think I had a great relationship with both of you, but.
Yeah, we needed someone from Barclays up on stage, I think, and then we could really have an argument here.
Okay, what if we turned off all the cameras? Would you say the same thing?
Definitely.
Yeah, I think we first met in Paris about 2 years ago. Do you remember?
Okay, you two like each other. I get it. Fine.
That's why the seating was arranged very carefully.
And there's something as well, like even this weekend, I think, there was a Twitter fight between Revolut and N26 people about cryptocurrencies. So you even take it public, like you're sending gifts to each other, like, oh no, like are you copying each other? What are you doing?
So I mean, in general, I think with N26 we've been the first mover in the space somehow, yeah, because we've launched the product first, and I think. For everyone who's founding a company, you have to kind of decide if you want to be on the forefront of creating or if you want to be copying. And I can say for our company, for N26, we've always been on the forefront of creating. Yeah. And I think also other companies in the space, and there's a lot of space, and it doesn't mean that you cannot start a challenger bank. But I think it's about the creativity, and then you can go different ways. You can launch different products. Yeah. You can launch things like you launched, like the pods that you currently launched. I think. We've been focusing on building kind of the platform, and then you can do different things. And in the end, I think it's really the focus about the customer. It's a regional focus as well. I mean, in the markets that we are in currently, I think we managed to dominate the markets. So we in 17 markets. We're in Germany. We're in Italy. We're in Spain. We're in France. We're going to the UK. But for the markets we're in, I know that we can offer the best product today.
Do you offer cryptocurrency on N26?
Today we don't do that, but it's again a question also when you look at international travel. If you look at our customer base, about 5 to 10% use international currency exchange.
Yeah.
So it's not the mass market product for us, because we've branded us as an alternative for a traditional bank. And if you look at, for example, my lifestyle, I certainly live a lifestyle that's a little bit more international than the average, but I still don't exchange money between currencies so much. So I think it's a niche product, which is a fair product, but it's more niche.
For sure.
If you look at credit products and saving products, I think they're more like really replacements for traditional banking products. So the question is just on what you focus on. And if you look at cryptocurrency, I think it's a fair approach. It's a little bit a different approach than we are going for. It might be that we're also launching something in the cryptocurrency space, but I think first there are so many problems to be solved in the banking industry, from how do you set up a standing order, how do you get a credit with 2 clicks, how do you save in the right way and get a good interest rate. So we're starting with the really big problems.
For sure. I mean, same with Monzo. We looked at stuff like some of the sort of FX trading stuff that Revolut does is really, really powerful for a niche who really, really want to like hedge against like yen, for example. That is not a problem 99% of people have. Similarly with like buying Bitcoin, it's not a 99% problem, it's a 1% niche problem.
Is it though? Because Coinbase is getting hundreds of thousands of new accounts per week right now.
Across
so
a population of literally billions. So, I mean, by definition, less than 1%, right?
Depends how you view it, I guess.
Depends how you do your maths. Like,
yeah. Nikolay, would you say...
That's a very strange calculation, right? For example, we are opening like more than 3,000 accounts a day. We are considered a niche product compared to a main banking providers like these guys, and they're opening much less, right? So just don't seem the logic. It's not very logical, right?
So I think there needs to be differentiation in general. So I think one is the account opening, then there's the activity, and then there's the markets you're in. I can just talk for the markets that we're in, and I think in the markets we're in, let's say for example the German market, we're the fastest growing bank on the German market. I mean, we're entering kind of the UK market, I think second or first quarter next year.
And then we won't be friends.
And then we'll see. Then we'll see. And I think in the end, it's about happy customers. It's not about I'm going with 1,500, the other one is going with 2,000. I think there's just a huge opportunity. In the end, our mission is to build a company that has maybe 10, 20 million customers in a couple of years from now, and we'll see if we get there. I think we feel very happy to go there.
Clearly, it's starting to become a crowded market. Like there's the 3 of you, and there's a bunch of others as well. Don't you feel like if you're too slow and too careful, maybe a company like Revolut is going to take the cake and eat it all?
So every single person in the developed world has at least one bank account. It's a huge, huge market, and I suspect our combined brand recognition is definitely sub 10%, probably sub 3%. So we're barely getting started. I think there's a huge, huge opportunity.
All right, let's switch gear a bit and talk about how you plan on making money. Because it's good, you raised a ton of money, but obviously, Tom, you said that it costs a lot of money to manage all those users as well. And it's not really a good industry to be in, because you're branding yourself as cheaper alternative to traditional banks in some way. So how do you plan to make money? For instance, at N26, you launched a premium card. Is that what you want to do, like more premium products and more premium subscriptions?
So in general, if you look at our business model, I think it's consisting of 3 things. So first is we offer a much slicker user experience that goes from the sign up to how you can use the product to setting up a standing order. So that's kind of the first entry why people choose us. The second one is because we're using the most modern technology and we've built our own systems, we have a cost advantage. We don't have branches, so therefore we can actually undercut the market in price. So anywhere you will be, N26 is, I think, one of the cheapest alternatives of doing retail banking. And the third thing is, as we're building a platform with all the financial products, we can actually offer the best product in every dimension, the best savings product, the best investment product, and there we're working together with fintechs. So that leads to, in the end, you have very similar revenue streams to a traditional bank, but you have a completely different cost base, which is at least half or maybe a third of a traditional bank. And I think there is this misperception that traditional banks always say that you cannot earn money on retail banking. I think if you look at the profits that are coming in not the profits, but the revenues that are coming in for traditional banks, they're earning a lot of revenues, but just their cost base is extremely high. So today I can say we earn money with every customer that we have. So we've broken even on every customer, yeah, so there is a way of earning money on like retail customers, and we're still in the beginning of what we're building. So there are much more products that we're launching that will contribute even more revenue in the future. So I think it's a very profitable market, at least for us, and what I see from our cost base.
And okay, and so N26 Black. So you want to do something else, for instance?
Yeah, so we also actually announcing today a super premium card, which is going to be a metal card, so the first metal card in Europe with also an NFC functionality, which we bring to market before Christmas for selected customers, and after Christmas there's going to be a bigger launch. But I think it's not just a premium product that we're launching. We're actually also announcing that we have a global partnership with WeWork today based on the back of that card. So all of our metal card customers will also be able to be part of the basic subscription or automatically be part of the basic subscription for WeWork. So what we ask ourselves is about how do we create a perfect financial product, but also a product that is around the needs of a digital lifestyle. And so the first partner we announced is WeWork, because they have global offices. People can go there, people can work. So it's kind of fitting with the lifestyle that we're aiming for and our customers. And now we're going to launch more and more partners every month and every week. And we're kind of building and connecting financial products and lifestyle products. So that's kind of the next step that we're going at N26.
Okay, let's talk about, that's very interesting. That looks like you're trying to build premium products, like even more premium than basic banking features. Let's talk about international expansion, where we have like a few minutes left. You have very different approaches. Well, with Monzo, you're focusing a lot on the UK, it feels like. Do you have any plan to go outside of the UK?
Yes, for sure. So we are almost 100% UK right now. And I sort of echo what Valentin said. We are building a mass market product, and we have a long, long way to go, even in the UK yet.
Yes.
But in terms of internationalization, I think the US is the big prize for us. Going country by country across Europe is, I mean, I admire these guys. They've both done it, but it's hard. Providing amazing customer service in more than one language is really, really tough. And understanding the cultural differences between someone like Germany and France and the Nordics and Spain and Italy, it's very complex. The US is, relatively speaking, more homogenous. They speak one language. They broadly use sort of banking products the same way. And so for us, that's access to a market of 300 million people.
And at N26, you announced that you're launching in the UK, the US next year. So you think the US is going to be a big thing as well?
So I think you need to be strong in each of the markets. So I think you should only enter a market if you think you can have a leading position there. But I think for the US, we have now an office in New York with about 5 people. So we're working on the launch there, which is going to happen, I think, mid of next year. And it's obviously one of the most exciting markets. Also, the access to venture capital there. Yeah, this is going to have a boost on kind of the whole company. On the other hand, we also see that and we have done a lot of research for the last half year on the products in the US, and I don't think there is a great retail banking product in the US, and that's kind of main driver for us to go there, because the banking needs for the digital generation are the same there, and so I think it's an opportunity. But we see it as an opportunity, and I think we are a risk-based company. We are a startup. We want to take more markets, and that's something what we want to try.
And at Revolut, it feels like you want every customer on earth right now.
Yeah, so we are setting up US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, Singapore,
New Zealand,
India
wow.
as well.
Wow.
Is that sustainable?
Why not?
Is the plan to spend all your VC money as quickly as possible?
We are very cost cautious, I would say. So to set up a new country doesn't cost much.
I have one last question for the three of you. It's probably the best one, so get ready.
Okay. Look forward to it.
So if you had to be the CEO of N26, Revolut, or Monzo, which one would it be? And you can't choose your own company. Tom?
N26, I think, are just super, super close to what we're doing. I mean, every time I'm on stage with this guy, it's sort of boring because we give the same answers. I think we have a very, very similar sort of ethos and mission. So, yeah, N26.
Valentin?
I think if Tom goes this way, I think I have to be like the CEO of Monzo. And I think he said a couple of good things. I think in the end, it's really about the user experience, the focus towards the customer, and building superior technology.
You
and I think
have a
that's
real
what we're
bromance
committed
going
to
on.
and what they are committed to.
What about you, Nikolay?
And I left only to Revolut, right?
What?
I left only to Revolut.
Okay, thank you very much.
By the way, one more thing, guys. If you want to try Revolut cards, so we've got, the backstage. You see our stage there, and you can just, get a card connected to the app and then use it. Try it here in Germany.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.